To many people that met or knew my husband Kane, he always kind of gave off a not quite mysterious vibe, but out in public, he was not very talkative. He was quiet, reserved. It just had a very serious look about him. Of course, combat, infantry, and the Marines, and so that was what he carried with him post-military. But with Kane, the side I got to see of him is he was very sweet, very caring. And some of the things that he did, like, no one knew like any of these things, and now they hear and they're like, oh my gosh. But he always took care of me. If there was something that I needed to take care of, he would usually hop in and take care of it because I didn't need to worry about it. One thing, this is really silly, but it's just kind of shows you how he was, painting my fingernails and my toenails, which I'm not one that normally does that. I don't like to go out and go get my nails done or anything, but he always made it a point that he was going to paint my toenails. And so he had done this himself. He had ordered a bunch of fingernail polishes and everything, and he would tell me, okay, which one are you going to pick out? And he kind of like made it like a mini spa afternoon anytime he did it. And with this, he would wear a headlamp. So he had his little headlamp on his forehead, and he had his little mini screwdriver set and everything, and that's what he would use to paint my toenails. And he did a really, really good job. Like, it was really funny because you look at Kane and go, well, this dude doesn't do things like that, but that was a constant thing. And that was one of the things that I mentioned in his eulogy, that how I needed help to take care of myself. And one of the things that I had to do was paint my own toenails for the funeral, because I know he would have been ticked off if I wouldn't have had painted toenails for the shoes that I was wearing. And so just little things like that, he put a lot of thought into. And most people aren't going to do that, but that was just something that Kane did. I could tell stories for days and days and days, but time doesn't allow for that. But losing him it has been the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and it's going to be the worst thing that will ever happen to me from this point on. His absence is everywhere. Every single thing that I do, every single thing that I participate in, he's not there. And he always did a really, really good job of not really feeding my ego. I'm kind of obnoxious at times, but he was always my biggest supporter. Anytime I wanted to do anything for my teaching stuff, go and apply for different groups and travels and things, his first response was always, go and do it. Don't even ask me. Just go and do it, and we'll take care of it. And I say it in everything, but I never had to be concerned that he didn't love me. He always showed me, and he had PTSD, he had multiple traumatic brain injuries, but even with all of that, he always found a way to make sure that I was taken care of. And so with his absence and in the manner that he left, it's been very difficult. Our situation with that, of it being a veteran suicide, has made it just hard for people to understand. I've told people before, it's like a niche trauma, I guess you could say, just because of all the things that have occurred and the manner that it occurred, and not really having anyone to talk to about it in that they understand. And so that was the most difficult thing with all of this, besides first and foremost losing Kane. I didn't have a group of people that understood me. And so I just happened to stumble upon Green Star Families of America on Facebook a few weeks after everything. I stumbled upon them and saw that they were pushing to recognize veteran suicide and those that have been left behind. And this recognition in my mind matters because this will create something that allows those that have lost their loved ones to veteran suicide a place to go for help, a place to go to be connected to others that have experienced this before, because it's a very lonely thing. It's a very isolating thing. And my circle has done a really good job of keeping tabs on me, checking in, being involved. But even with all of that, it's one of those things to where no one quite understands unless you've been through it. And that has been one thing I've been thankful about for Green Star Families of America, is that it's given me a place to kind of bring my grief to and be able to be involved, be able to share Kane's name, because his life, his service to our country is not defined in that one moment where he and I didn't have control. And so that has been something that has been a bright spot in a very foggy and just at times very, very rough 7 or so months.